Okay, we're going to replace this light. With a nice new we're going to put a nice brand new energy saving maintenance free LED light up here. We're not going to throw this light away. This is a decent fixture. We'll save it. Okay, where's my screws? Okay, this one was only held up by one screw. So they brought the wire down through this bracket here, which you shouldn't have done because I could pinch the wire above it. Okay, so I'm going to ground wire off of here. And they wrapped the wire around the screw a couple times, so now we got our older fixture down. We're saving this fixture, we're not going to throw it away. Okay, now we'll unscrew our bracket here. Okay, so the ground wire is grounded to the box that's above here with our green screw, so that's up to code. So we'll put our wires up into our box here. Okay, so we'll put our parts for our old light down here and we'll save it. Okay, up we'll go again. Okay, so now we'll put our bracket up here. This is for our light fixture to fasten to when we put it on the ceiling. Okay, so now we'll take and we'll screw our bracket up here for our box. Okay, we'll unscrew over here. And we'll get our other one to our box here. So we'll just screw this snug to our ceiling here, not very tight. Okay, so here in the country I was born in, your white is neutral, your black is live. And I'm going to hop down and get my wire strippers and clippers. What I like about these fixtures here is they have a nice little service hook you can hang here when you're working on the light. Okay, and our wires are pre-tinned, so we're gonna cut our wires the same length as the pre-tinned wires here. Make sure our ends are nice and straight. Okay, we put a little more off of this one. Okay, we can put a little more off. So that's the same length as the wire we're putting up there. So we'll hang this up here on our, oh, right here's a little hook a little place to hook it. It's right over here. It goes in there like that. So now I can hook it up and you guys can see me doing what to do. It comes with plastic wall anchors and screws, but we're not using them because. So, here in the country I was born, and our black wire is live, so we'll get our insulation even at the top like this, and we'll get there it is. Get our copper even at the bottom and our insulation even like this here. Take our wire nut, put it on, make sure both wires are in the wire nut there. And the spring is grabbing both of the conductors. Make sure insulation's in the bottom there. Okay, now we'll push this up into our box, get it up out of our way here. Get up into the box. Okay, now I'll take our white wire. I want to turn so you guys can see it here. Get our insulation even at the bottom here and our copper even at the end like that. Take our wire nut. Make sure they stay even and make sure the spring grabs both of the wires. And we'll just push them. Okay, so we got them together there like that, and now we can push our wires into the box like this. And this is a bayonet mount. See the little notches in here and our slots up on here, so we'll push our wires up into our box like this. Lock it in like that, and we'll go to our next one. I'll turn it on, see how it works. Okay, so we're going to change this light here. Let's see, I might be able to leave my tray here. I don't need my light for this one. I can set this here. Alright, so up right up here. Alright, nice easy place to work. So we'll take this light down. Okay, so we got our little nubs loosened up here, so we can take our light fixture down. Gotta loosen a little more. Oh, I lost that one. We're not throwing this light away. We are definitely going to keep it. Okay, so there's our light up here. So that's what kind of screws we got. Flatheads. Well, whoever put this up screwed the light to the box with only one screw. That's interesting. I know who put it in, but I'm not going to say because I don't want to be putting people down. But it's something that somebody would do that. Okay, so let's see what we have up in here now. Well, this vinyl coated wire got kind of brittle. We'll take our yellow wire nuts off here. See how the wire was twisted, stripped too long and the wires were back too far? So we're going to make these connections a lot better when I put the new light back up. Okay, so let's see what kind of screws they have on this. They have flatheads. There's some wires that are terminated here. I don't know what they go to. Okay, so we'll put our screws in here for our new fixture. This is the back of our fixture here. All the lights we are putting up are all the same. So you put in with the tabs facing down here that the bayonet mount clicks into. There's no ground screw and there's nothing to ground to, so you know what, I don't have a choice, so I'm just going to put it up here out of our way. If there's nothing to ground to, there's nothing to ground to. Nothing to ground to. So, you know what, it is what it is. So we'll put our screws in here. If there was a place to ground it to, I would, but since there isn't, there isn't. And if there's nothing there, there's nothing there. So we'll screw this up onto our ceiling here. Well, you know what? There is a wood screw up here. I'll try that. It might be better than nothing. I'll put it around the head of the wood screw. That'll be better than nothing. Because there's no threaded hole for a green screw or... So I'll try to put it around that wood screw there. Can't really promise you anything, but it's going to be better than nothing. Because it's what I have and what I can, the only thing I can do. Get up here. Put it around the screw, the direction the screw turns. So if we can get it somewhat grounded, it'll be better than not grounded at all. Well, it's better than nothing, so we'll be thankful. Make sure these are on fairly tight. We'll get this up over way up here. And now we'll put our bracket back up here. Sometimes it is what it is, and you just do the best you can with what you got, because it's an older box. There's no hole in it for a green screw. So... if you can't, you can't. I'm not going to sit and cry and complain that I don't have a green screw and not accomplish anything. I'm going to make best do with what I have and be thankful. Because there's not even a hole for one either. Now if I can't find that screw, I'll just use another one here. I'm not going to get all bent out of shape because I can't find it. Because it's not going to help you. It's not going to do anything. Getting frustrated doesn't fix anything. If you can't find something, just grab another one, that's all. We'll get this up here flush to our ceiling. Okay, so we have our two wires, our white which is neutral, our black which is live. And we'll cut our back a little bit shorter here so that there's the same length as the wires that are going to be hooking to it. Okay. So I like this little service hook here to hang it when you're installing them, and it's a little hook so you can clip it on the bracket there when you're installing them and taking them down to service them. So we'll just simply take our white wires, get our insulation even at the top here like that. Get our wires nice and even. I'll make sure our insulation is up in the wire nut. And now we'll do the same with our black wire. Get our insulation even at the top and our copper even at the bottom. Take our wire nut. Make sure they're even like this here. Take the wire nut and I'll just put it on like this. Make sure they're tight like that. Now we can push our wires back up into our box. There, like that. Now we can stick our wires up into the box. I gotta take this off of here because it got wrapped around our wires. So we'll just unsnap it here. We'll get it untangled out of our wires. Hook it back on here like this, and we'll just push our wires up into our box like this. And we'll just stick it up here like this. We'll find where our bracket is and just turn it, and it locks right into the ceiling like that. Nice and bright. Alright, so now we'll do one in the bedroom here. And I'll get my light for some extra light here. Okay, so we'll take our globe off of this. This is another older light. We're not throwing it away. We're going to save them. Wow, they only had it on. They weren't even up there tight. So we'll unhook our whites. And we'll unhook our black wire. Now I want to show you something. I want to show you how they grounded this box and grounded the light fixture. See how that ground wire is just wrapped around the bracket here? Again, I know who put this up, so I'm not going to mention any names because I don't want to be putting people down. Okay, so I'm gonna, our ends are mangled up a little bit here, so I'm gonna clip them off, and we're gonna start off with some nice new strips here. And since it's a plastic box, we don't have to worry about a ground wire, so just, and the bracket that we're putting up is going to be plastic, so we're going to fold our wires, our ground wire up so it's out of our way like this here. Push that back up into our box there. Now we'll get our plastic bracket. There's a little tip here I'll show you at the end. So I'll screw our plate up here, bring our black and white through here, we'll put our screws back into our box. Grabbing anything, so I'll put our little hole. That one grabs anything. This hole's better. Okay, that one's grabbing. Making these screws might be better. Let's see if this one's any better. It's a little thicker. Yeah, this one's better. So we'll use these screws here. Bring it up so it's flush with our sheetrock. Okay, let's see how it comes out. So we'll make sure our wires are nice and straight here, and we'll strip off it's about the same length as the wires that are on the light that we're putting up. Okay, so we'll get our white wire, get our copper even at the end here and our insulation even at the top, and we'll stick our wire nut on like this. Make sure our insulation is up in the wire nut. It's tight. Same with our black wire here.
He can't. That'd be bullshit.
Get the copper even at the end and insulation even at the top.
And grade everything. No.
Okay, get on your nice and tight. Make sure insulation is in. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't say nothing to him until he's done. Yeah, unless he says something, you know what I mean? But he's already inspected everything else. So I mean, we can't renege on what is already been done.
Make sure you know up into our box here. Get our wires up into here. Wires go into our box. Like that, and we gotta get our bracket to catch into our fixture here. It can be tricky getting it lined up when you have a loose box above here. There we go. Nope. Nope. So I might have to loosen the screw a little bit to bring the bracket down. When something doesn't go, you just gotta be patient. You can't get all bent out of shape and frustrated because it's not gonna help you. And if you can't, you can't, and you just have somebody else do it, that's all. It's so simple. Okay, so we're gonna keeps looking, pretending to want to click upon, but well, you know what? We're just gonna let somebody else do it. We're not getting all frustrated. I refuse to let frustration get past you. You just don't let it get past you. Here is that little tip. You can just read it, pause the video to read it. This one will go up very nicely. Look how sloppily that was hooked up. See how much copper was behind there and our insulation's up in the wire nut in the spring. And we'll see what kind of job they did hooking up the black wires. All very uneven and not very good. But they did ground it to the box, the way that to the bracket the way that they should have. Those boxes coming down, so we'll push it up, tighten our wing in here. Okay, so we'll fold our ground wire up and get it out of our way here. Because it's a plastic fixture, a plastic box, and there's nothing to ground to, so we'll get our ground wire up out of the way of everything here. I'll take this up a little bit more because the light's a little bigger. Okay, so I'll stick our bracket up here. Screw out. Try the other hole. Here we go. We'll get nice clean little ends here on our wires. So we'll hook our black. These are tinned wires, so we don't have to wrap the strands around them. So we'll get our copper even at the bottom here, and our insulation even at the top like this. Get our wire nut. Make sure you do like that. Get our wire nut here. Make sure insulation goes up to the bottom of the wire nut. Oh look, it's both wires are in. Get our copper even at the top here and our insulation even at the bottom like that. Make sure they're perfectly even like that there. Take our wire nut. These are tinned stranded wires, so I'm treating them like light gauge solid wire and 14 gauge solid wire. So make sure it's tight. Make sure insulation's in the wire nut. And then just fold our wires up into our box here. And what they were talking about on that sticker is there's no light room between here and the fixture. So they want you to push your wires up into the box like that, so none of the wires get pinched. And we'll find our wall here. Where is it there? And make sure the wires are going into our box here. Our box is a little lopsided, so there's nothing I can do about that. So I'll show you and explain to you these new lights we're putting up. They're all plastic and they're very nice and easy to mount. The part that holds the fixture just twists in and out like this here. Here in the country I was born in, we use 14 American wire gauge on 15 amps, 12 American wire gauge on 20 amps. Black is live, white is neutral, the bare, the green is the ground. Red and blue are also live colors, however you may find white live in a 110, 120 volt switch loop or on a 220, 240 volt circuit where the appliance does not require a neutral. So this is the last one here and we'll stick it up. Alright, so we're going to hook the last one up. Stick my light back here so you let's see how you did hooking this one. Oh, he didn't do too bad hooking this one up. And you grounded the bracket the right way. And we'll just clip our wires off here so we get nice new wire strips and even connections here. Again, we're not going to throw this light away, we're going to save it. Because it is a good light, we'll just put it up somewhere else. And we'll, since our bracket and everything is all plastic on this light we're putting up, we're just get our wire folded up, get it up out of the way here, the connections, get up out of the way so it's away from everything here. And we'll strip the end here. Make sure it's in our hole here. Yes, it is. This is the other one. I didn't feel like grab so good, so I'm going to go over here and go into our other hole. It's out further here. There's our other hole. That one's grabbing a lot better there. There we go. We got it nice and flush to our ceiling, like the toilet, flush. I'm going to try to cut one of these down and use it for a shim, and I'll try it on that light I couldn't get. I just thought of that idea. Okay, so we'll bring our fixture fixture up here. We'll hang it on our place to hook it here. Like that. And we'll put our white to the white wire here. White to white like this here. Get our copper even at the top, our insulation even at the bottom. Take our wire nut and we'll just twist it on there nice and tight. Look, make sure insulation's in the wire nut. Do the same with our black wire. Get our copper even at the top and our insulation even at the bottom like this here. Get perfectly even like that. Take our wire nut, make sure insulation is going into the bottom of the wire nut. And let's look, make sure our insulation is going into the wire nut, which it is. 1, 2, make sure they're tight. Now put our wires up into our box here. And we'll make sure these wires are going up into the box so that they're not hinged. I'll unhook the little thing on this one. Okay, so just set it up there and we'll clip it into our ceiling. Making sure our wires are going into the light. Make sure it's up there flush. Make sure it's up. Try it and it works. So now I'll go back and try that one I couldn't get one more time before I totally give up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut one of these down and try to use it as a shim to bring it down flush with the sheetrock. Alright, so we're coming back to give one last try on this light I had trouble with. I just thought of this idea of using this for cutting it down for a spacer. Okay, see, our other one is just barely with the sheetrock. So we're going to see how long I need. Okay, so I'll cut it. I see where I can cut this. Okay, so this could work as a shim. The shim's going to work. Because the other screw is on the edge of the sheetrock. So I'll take this out. And we'll try this. Beautiful day today, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Let's see if we can get the screw through this. Okay, it looks like this is going to work here. We'll put our screw through this, get into our box.
Just to draw it down.
Yes, and I'll sit flush and then I'll run the way I want it to. Okay,
That's a lot better.
good. How's everything over at Chad's?
Good.
Good. Okay, we got to go up fairly tight to our ceiling here.
It's just finishing up this last light now.
And let's see how this works.
Hey, when you go over there, see if they got any golf keys. Wooden golf keys. Alright. I need 3. Thank you. Alright, bye-bye.
Okay, so they gotta get it lined up there. Hey, it worked.
Yes, it did.
Peace. So how do you like it?
Is it nice and bright, Dave?
Yes, it is. Nice and bright.
Perfect.
Alrighty, thank you.
Good job as always, Davey.
Thank you.
You're the man, Davey.
Yes, thank you.
You're the man.
Alrighty.